Good morning, good morning. How are you doing on this beautiful Saturday morning? So, your problem is your emblem. What are you on about now, Sheena? Well, don't you think that you wear your problems like your emblem? It's like your badge. It's like your badge of honor. Look what I've been through. You don't know anything about me. Look what I've been through. And we wear it literally like a badge of honor. And your problem and problems have become your emblem. Don't you notice it? Just watch people whenever you're out and somebody says, how's your day been? And then the problems, you start talking about the problems. Well, I've had this, because you want them to know that you've had a hard day. But look at you, you're still standing. You should be so proud of me because I'm still standing. And you see, I laugh at this. I'm not taking the mickey. Well, I am, because that was me. I didn't know. I didn't know that I had to tell you that I've been through all of this. And look at me standing here. I didn't realize that. I wanted you to see how hard my life was and how hard the day was. And look at me, I was still here. And aren't I so good? So just notice people, just for a bit of fun. And whenever you say, how's your day been or whatever, and then they come up with their problem. And then you've come up with, oh, well, would you hear what's happened to me? And if it's not you, you'll have found somebody else who's got a problem worse than that other person's problem. And then somebody else will come and go, well, where do you hear what happened to me? I mean, actually, it's really quite hilarious. I have stood there and watched people do that. I just sort of like giggled to myself going, oh my goodness, I didn't know we did that. Look, I'm worse. Look, I'm worse. Look, I'm worse. Look, I'm worse. And what do you think you're doing with that? You just make more and more and more of the problems, don't you? And so we wear our problems with pride. Are you getting it? Do you recognize that in yourself? Just stop for a moment and think about the conversations you've had, about where you've had to point out the trials and tribulations of even just getting to a meeting. Have you ever heard anybody be late to a meeting and go, oh my goodness, I'm so late because net. Can you feel for me? Can you feel for me? I've been through such trauma just even to get here and still be late, but I'm here now. Don't you know what you're creating in your life? Those problems, you talk about them with such passion. And then when you talk about your goals, you go, oh, do you think I could hear that? What you saying, Ryan? I used to do that until I heard this one. Medical records contained them. I changed my mind and said, I'm not jealous of you. I'm suddenly glad to have the problems I have. Yes, that's right. That's really good, Ryan. I absolutely love that. So why don't we talk about our goals that way? I mean, just notice the passion that you talk about your problems with. Oh, you're so passionate about them. They come here when you're talking about the troubles of the world or the troubles of yourself or the troubles of somebody else. It's such passion. And then when we talk about our goals kind of go, yeah, I'd really like that. Yeah, I'd really like that. It's like you're committed to your problems and not your goals. Imagine talking about your goals in the same passion, your desires, your wants in the same passion that you talk about your problems. Oh, and you could talk about your problems forever. Like we could sit and talk all day about them. And we'd really get down and get really understanding them. But is that what you want in your life? I think you do. No, Sheena, I don't want the problems. No, I think you do. You enjoy them. They're serving you. There's something serving you. You're looking for something in those problems. They're serving you in some way. Just take a look at why you do it. Why do you do it? Because you want attention. You want attention. So give yourself some attention. And yes, we do downplay our goals, and at least you've got them. Yeah. So talk about your goals with such passion. Yeah, but people will look at me like I'm stupid. Well, the people are not going to get you your goals. So why would you care what they think? Talk about them if you want to, or don't. But talk to yourself in the mirror about them, or come and talk to me about them, because I get excited about your goals. That's all I want. See, when anybody gets on a call with me, like, you've about 16 seconds to talk about where your problems, because I don't want to hear them. And I don't mean that horribly. I mean it with love, because I want you to raise your vibration, not lower it. Why would you do that to people, by the way? Imagine you walk into a room with me and I'm buzzing. And then I say, "How are you?" And then you go, "Oh, well, I've had the most terrible day, and I'm this, I'm that, and I'm the other." Why would you do that to me? Why would you want to bring me down because you're down? How many people do you do that in a day? Do you ever see somebody who's just really happy and you think, well, let me just bring them down a few notches, like, who do they think they are? You don't maybe realize that you're doing it. It's like you want to suck somebody's energy. You want to take the energy from them. You have the energy yourself. You're amazing. You've got everything inside yourself. If we would stop paying attention to the problems and actually started paying attention to ourselves and our greatness, then you make yourself feel significant. You don't need validation from anybody else on the outside. You don't need validation about your goals, but you're looking for that. You see, we get validation for our problems, but we don't seem to get validation for our goals. But you see, don't let somebody else who tried and failed and stepped back and stayed there stop you. I mean, look at the person that you want to even tell your goals to. Is that person going to help you get them? Is that person going to appreciate your goals? Why would you bother talking to them about them then? What is it? Don't feed something to swine. It says something in the Bible like that, doesn't it? And that's basically like, don't be talking about your gold and your dreams to people who don't give a crap. Why would you? I give a crap. I give a crap about your dreams and your goals and your vision. Are you all registered for next week? I want to hear them. I want you to come into the group, into the Facebook group, not just on LinkedIn. Get into the Facebook group. Message me if you don't know where that is, because I want you to come in and I want you to share your goals every single day. And if you've had a call with a success advisor, I want you to get in and share those goals. That's what the success advisors are for next week. To get you fine-tuned into the goal, to forget about all of this rubbish. And you see, most people that I talk to, even people who, yes, are being successful, can't actually specifically articulate their goal in one sentence to me. We say things like, I don't know, I want to have more money. And I go, well, what does that look like? Like, if I went into Tesco's and said, can I have more food? What do you think I'm going to get? Because there's lots of food. Then you wonder why you don't get what you want. Be specific. So I want to be a CEO. Of what? What does it look like? But here's the other thing. When you're doing your goals, why? I want you to really ask that question, why? Is this your heart's desire? Or is this what society wants you to have? That you think you want the big car. You think you want the big house. Do you? Do you really? I mean, you've got to put yourself in it. So say you got the big house, but you're sitting there all on your own and you've got 5 cars sitting on the drive. It doesn't matter where you're alone, you're alone. You can say, oh, well, it would be really nice. Actually, I think it would be even more empty if you were in the bigger house and you're just trundling around on your own. Why do you want what you want? This looks good, Ryan. My heart's desire is to build a glorious cartoon empire. I'm a writer and I love working with characters. Brilliant. Brilliant. You see that? I can feel that, Ryan. I can feel that. That is your heart's desire, isn't it? So build that up. What does that look like? Don't attach it to the money, but you could see money as well. We could. You see, the money is just the bit to get you to start to think. So you say $50 a month. I think you maybe mean $50K a month. So say we had $50,000 a month. How would you be living? And you see, that's then was just like, well, what would I really love to do? Because that's giving back to the world, Ryan, isn't it? You singing your own tune. You sing your tune, and then it helps other people sing theirs. Could you imagine, actually, if you were like a singer and you're standing on stage and you've got 1,000 people in front of you and you're trying to sing to their tune, their tune, their tune, their tune, their tune, their tune, their tune. It's not going to work, is it? And when you stand on stage and you sing to your own tune, you uplift the whole audience. So by you singing your tune and only your tune, then you enable others to sing theirs. So if at any time you feel like giving up, then think about, well, if I just stand here, do my bit, somebody else might do it as well. You know, I heard that with the when I was at the exercise and I was doing my spinning class, and you're standing up and your legs are spinning as fast as you can get them to go, and you want to give up. And the next minute the instructor says to you, if you give up, you allow the person beside you to give up. Don't give up. If you keep going, that person keeps going too. Keep going. That's exactly about you standing up to your greatness and playing your tune, because you enable others to do it too. What's your heart's desire? Stop writing goals that are for, you think you want the Ferrari. Well, listen, you know, when you go and drive a Ferrari or a Lamborghini and you're driving them and you're test driving them and you're going, I don't really want this, because if I went over a bump, I'd be so scared of it, you know, damaging the damn thing. I want a chunky car. I want a chunky car so that I can go off road whenever I feel like it. You know, what is your heart's desire? What is it bursting to tell you? Those dreams you put on the shelf? Come into my group and make sure you share them next week. I want to see them all, because when I see them with you, that's when the magic happens. And when we're all together seeing everybody else's goals, it really is where the magic happens. There you go. Can't read all that just right now, but that's enough for today, isn't it? Did that wake you up on your Saturday morning? It's so good to have you here. Have a wonderful day. Register for the live. Bring a friend. Bring somebody else. Help them sing their tune as well. But here's the thing. If they're not committed and they can't be bothered, don't have them as an accountability partner. Have somebody who's driven, who wants results, who's had enough. The time is now. Bring them, and I'll see you in there. Have a good day.